Some big news earlier today out of Pittsburgh. Crosby and the Penguins extending his contract 2 more years at, go figure, no surprise here, $8.7 million AAV. Here's Crosby at a charity event earlier today talking about that deal.
Just glad that that it's done, and really happy to know that I'll be here for a few more years. And my last contract, I don't think I thought about the possibility of still playing beyond then at the time. So just really happy that that's worked out this way. The support, the people, the fans, the organization, just everything over the years. It's been really special, and I've had some incredible experiences and memories. So I just want to continue that. I feel good. I still love the game and want to compete, and I'm not gonna project too far ahead, but I'm gonna try to play as long as I can.
So Crosby feels good. Obviously, on the other side of it, the GM, Kyle Dubas, has to feel good as well. He went on to say there are no words to properly describe what Sidney Crosby means to the game of hockey, the city of Pittsburgh, and the Penguins organization. Sidney is the greatest player of his generation and one of the greatest players in the history of the game. His actions today show why he is one of hockey's greatest winners and leaders. Sid is making a tremendous personal sacrifice in an effort to help the Penguins win both now and in the future, as he has done for his entire career. End quote there. No surprise, $8.7 million AAV. You knew those two numbers were going to work their way in some way, somehow. Term, 2-year contract. What do you make of that?
Makes good sense. I mean, we're talking about an athlete that's 37 years of age. So, to do something like a 5 or beyond probably wouldn't make a whole lot of sense given the vintage. But,
for him or for the team?
For him, I think, here's the thing. I don't think Sidney Crosby is the kind of guy to squeeze the last drop out of it, no matter what the production looks like. So I think buttoning down another 2 years on top of the coming year puts him in a spot where he's going to be able to look back, evaluate how things have gone personally. And we were talking about this off air as we're putting this show together, JMO. I think, too, 2 years in the form of an extension gives him a bit of a glimpse into, well, am I still productive? How's this team look? And do I still have an option to maybe, hey, if I want to chase a cup, hitch my wagon to a real contender at a very senior stage in his career? But this to me makes great sense. And just on maybe a separate point, 8.7. I think this man could have commanded bigger dollars if he goes to market, 10 and above. We're talking about a guy, yes, even deep into his 30s, produced 90-plus points over the last 2 seasons. This is just a really well-rounded game. It's a consistent contribution you get from him every night. You just know what you're getting. I think the market would have yielded 10 and above were he to go to market a year from now.
Yeah, you saw the quotes there from Kyle Dubas saying this. He's very selfless, and that's clearly evident by the number that he signed. Could have easily been the highest paid player on that team. Chose not to. 8.7. We saw there at the bottom of the screen projected about $23 million in cap space coming up in 25-26. How wide open is that window now for Pittsburgh to maybe return to the contender category?
Yeah, and I think, certainly so the cap space creates the flexibility, maybe the landscape within which to do that. It's really incumbent upon now management to be able, Dubas specifically, to be able to go out and really kind of what he's been trying to do since he took over the helm of these Pittsburgh Penguins, retool on the fly so that the dip is minimized and this club remains competitive so that, again, focusing back on Crosby, if we get to the end of the second year of this extension, this club remains competitive. Maybe you've got Sid and the club coming together on another 1 year or another 2 year at that point. So a lot remains to be seen. My net takeaway, though, is Sidney Crosby has spent a good portion of his career setting the market where top-end players are concerned, and he brings all of it to the table, both sides of the game, the defensive and the offensive. But this is more a legacy piece. Gets what's fair, but again, where the club is concerned, leaves them with a little flexibility to execute on that
you can tell
retool.
winning is still first and foremost at the top of his priority list.
No better word than selfless.
Yes. And if you want to talk about the character of a guy, Sidney Crosby, look no further than this video. On maybe the biggest day of the season for him, right? He signs that new deal. The extension gets that off his shoulders, off his back. Well, he throws his sweater on, and he's going house to house in Pittsburgh, greeting season ticket holders and delivering their tickets for the upcoming season. How cool must that be if you're the household, you hear the knock on your door, the Ring doorbell go off, and all of a sudden the captain is standing outside. Hey, I got your tickets for the upcoming season.
You know, just having lived a life playing professional hockey at its highest level, people are always tugging at you on all sides of it to get involved, to do something, to please help, and we're all glad to do that. But the top end guys get it the most. And I'll tell you what, it's hard for those guys, in my estimation, to, conduct somewhat of a reasonable, normal life. But when a guy like Crosby is so willing to give, even at this stage of his career, it speaks volume as to who he is and what he's prepared to do. In addition to all the other attributes we sing about, humble, straightforward, genuine, authentic, it's all part of it.